Hi, and welcome to the Slender Kitchen Meal Planner. Today we're going to talk about some of the key features as well as how to use the meal planner when you start. So let's start with how to get to the meal planner. When you're on the home page and you're logged in, just click on Members area at the top and choose Weekly Meal Plan. This will take you directly to the Weekly Meal Planner. Now that we're on the Weekly Meal Planner, let's talk about a couple of things you see at the top of the calendar. First, you see where it says Healthy Eating. This will tell you what meal plan you're subscribed to. Next, you'll see the week that we're on. We'll see a calendar if we want to move between weeks, and we also have an arrow here and an arrow here to help us move between weeks if we'd like to see other meal plans. The next thing you see in the meal planner is where it says Suggestions. When we have the suggestions turned on, we see ideas for meals in our meal planner, so for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If we turn Suggestions off, then we'll see a blank meal planner where we can create our own meal plans from scratch. Anytime you're in a blank meal planner and you want to add a recipe, all you need to do is go to the recipes, simply click and drag it into the meal planner where it'll automatically update to the number of servings you'd like and also indicate the number of calories for that recipe and total calories for the day. So we're going to go back to the suggested meal plan to continue. So two other things you'll see at the top of the meal planner. One is where it says meal plan. If you click on this, you can toggle between meal plans and check out other meal plans you might want to see. And lastly, the reset button is there. If you start a meal plan and make some changes and decide you want to go back to the original, just use the reset button to do that. Now let's actually look at an individual meal. So if we look at Sunday breakfast, the first thing you'll see is the recipe for that day. You can click on that recipe to check it out and see if it's something you'd like to cook. And also when you open up the recipe, it'll automatically show the number of servings that are indicated in your settings. It'll also show all the nutritional information for that recipe. You can close that out. The other thing you'll see in the box is the other items or side dishes for that day. If you click on the entire box, so click on the meal breakfast, you can see the calories for each individual item, and you can also remove an item if it's not something you want as a side dish or a recipe. So if we click the X here, we can get rid of the fruit, and perhaps we want to add yogurt. All you need to do is type it in here. If it's in our database, it will automatically show the calories for that. If you'd like to use Points Plus, you can add the Points Plus here, and then simply click Add. And as you see, that's been updated here. We have our yogurt here, and the calories for the day have been updated as well. So now let's talk about another feature you'll see in the meal plan, which is the leftover feature. So if we look at breakfast for Tuesday, the pumpkin pie chia seed pudding, you'll see there's a +4 here. And you'll notice that this recipe is used on Monday for breakfast, on Wednesday for breakfast, and on Friday for breakfast. This +4 indicates that you're making leftovers. So when you make this dish on Monday, you're going to make enough leftovers for Wednesday and Friday so you don't have to prepare it again. And that's what this +4 means. If we look down at the Wednesday recipe and we see this check mark, that check mark tells you that you've already prepared the meal and you're using leftovers. It doesn't need to be cooked again. If we were to open this recipe, the initial recipe, if you notice there's 2 servings here, plus the 4 servings we need for the other meals, because we have 2 on Wednesday and 2 on Friday for a total of 6. If we open up this recipe, you'll see that those 6 servings are automatically shown here. And you'll also see a note that you're preparing extra servings for leftovers, just so you know when you're preparing that meal. So that's how the leftover function works. Let's pretend that we wanted to add pumpkin pie chia seed pudding on Tuesday as well as a snack. If you want to add leftovers, all you have to do is add the recipe more than once to your meal plan. So here we see the pumpkin pie chia seed pudding. If we drag it in for Tuesday as a snack, we'll be asked if we want to add this as leftovers or if we want to add it as a new recipe and make it from scratch. Since we want to add it from leftovers, we'll choose that. It's added to our meal planner here. Our calories are updated, and as you notice, we wanted to add 2 servings for snacks. So now if we look back to Monday, we're making 6 extra servings of our pumpkin pie chia seed pudding. And if we open up that recipe, we'll see it now shows 8 servings. So that's how we use the leftover function. Now let's talk about how we can swap in a new recipe if there's something in our meal planner that we don't want to eat. So let's say on dinner for Tuesday, we don't really think our family would enjoy the one pot caprese pasta. So the first thing we need to do to add a new recipe is we need to delete the current recipe that's there. So if we click on the name of the meal, dinner, there's two ways you can delete the meal. First is you can just use the X's to remove either one item or all the items, or you can use this trash can icon at the top and that'll remove everything from the meal. So once we've deleted the meal, we'll see a blank space, and then all we have to do is add our recipe from our recipe queue. So let's say we want to add a chicken recipe. We can search for chicken, and then we can drag in this recipe here. Again, calories have been updated for the day, and the recipe itself automatically adjusts to the 2 servings that we need. So if we open it up, here we see the 2 servings of the grilled basil lime chicken breast. I also recommend that to save recipes as you browse the website. If you put them in your recipe queue, they'll automatically be added to breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks, depending on what type of recipe it is. And you can also save your favorite recipes here so that you have them for easy access. So let's talk about one more thing before we finish up for today. So if we go over to the shopping list automatically updates anytime you make changes to your meal plan or make changes in your settings for the number of servings you'd like. So any changes we made, again, are automatically updated in our shopping list. Everything is totaled and categorized for us. If you want to add other items to your shopping list, like household items or snacks or drinks, let's say you want to add coffee, you can go to the bottom of your shopping list here, just write coffee, and it'll be added to your quick add-ons here. And then lastly, if you want to be able to download and print the meal plan so you can take it to the grocery store with you or save it in a file, all you need to do is click Download Meal Plan here. And you'll have a nice printable meal plan with all the changes that you made. So you'll have your schedule of eating for the week, you'll have your shopping list, and then you'll have all the recipes, as well as notes again for any leftovers that you've planned. So thanks so much, and please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions about the meal planner.